All right, let's try this again since the audio cut out on us. Can you hear me? Or we still have no audio? And it won't give me it won't let me type messages in. Is it not letting you guys type messages? John Smith, what's up? Can you hear me all right? We had to shut the other one down because people couldn't hear me. We lost the audio. Steve, what's up? Hell yeah. All right, seems like you guys can hear me now. I hope big boys and pimp find their way over here. Oh, that's loose. There it is. Oh, now you're gonna talk. Well, I was talking. I was the only one listening. All right. So we're getting closer. Hope Big Boys finds his way. All right. So yesterday we got everything swapped over to the FX. This is the 85 millimeter OS pipe, excuse me, with the FX 2100. Running stock Techno flywheel, clutch, and bell. And then we'll put the air filter on after we get her in there. But, you know, I always wait till after I have it in there to put the rubber bands on, and it sucks. So I'm gonna do it now. Maybe. There they are. Found them. Nitro RC Life, what's up? How you doing, brother? Welcome back to the channel. Long time no see. Show you guys what I'm doing. So these little black, almost plastic-like, but they stretch a little bit. So I mean, they're some form of rubber. I think they're like small hair braid rubber bands. These work great for a return spring. And there's been a couple of times that I was glad that I had it. Because like the servo quit, the power died, the receiver quit, whatever the case is. And she did not run away on me. Oh, you know what? I'm doing it wrong. Don't be like me. There we go. So you got to wrap it around the stem and then around the little ball head. Of course, it helps to have a really torquey servo for this. If not, it's not going to be able to pull it like it should. That seems shorter than the others. I guess not. They're both about the same. And then we get it in there, we get it hooked up to the servo. If the servo's pulling on it, not letting it sit right, we'll adjust it. Oh wow, that pipe's a lot shorter. I'm gonna have to do some adjusting with the exhaust hanger. Oh, let's see here. I've been so busy I can't even play with my twux. My trucks. Spell check got you twice. I hear you, man. I've been pretty busy myself. You look cooler with a Savage spring. You know, those Savage springs, even the brand new ones, like if you've got a strong servo, they don't want to pull it back. These rubber bands are a lot stronger. Just don't heat them up when you're heating up your engine. Oh, nice. Trying to buy a house and changing careers. What career are you moving into? If you don't mind me asking. That's engine right there. How's the power? Haven't broken in yet. It's still brand new. So I can't answer that. Hopefully soon I'll be able to answer that. But as of right now, I don't have an answer. There we go. Man, that pipe's a lot shorter. Ooh, going to law enforcement. Hell yeah. Nothing wrong with that. Exhaust trying to sit right on the fuel tank. I'm gonna have to, basically gonna have to force it over. Yeah, so hopefully this rain stops in time and tracks dry for Sunday. Getting kind of worried, but it didn't pour. Just kind of drizzled all day. So that's a plus. Damn it. It's like it's so easy to go too far. The hardest thing in the world to go just right. And I don't like that much play. That's about right. Oh, look at you go. Nitro RC Life. Thank you, brother. Nice little channel donation. Now she's noisy. God, that just seems so loose. All right, that time I was actually just bump it like a millimeter instead of full bore. That's better. I like that. Not near as loud and not quite as much play. Yeah, if the track's full of water and I don't get to play this Sunday, I'm gonna be sad. Dude, you need to put the other header on. You think? He says I use paper, I'm lame. I've tried paper, but I can never. I, I always get it too tight with the paper, anyways. It's like I want to hear that tick. So, Pimp, I was worried about that header and the pipe being that it's shorter. It's more for the higher RPMs, and I need the torque. You really think I should put the other header on? Hell, it's going to make it even shorter. I just noticed that Brett put tank of gas. Hell yeah, it'll help. Cool, big boys made it back. Yeah, basically I just had to shut the show down and then start it back up to get it to work. I mean, I don't really think there's any difference in the angle. Oh, maybe. Yeah, it does. It's got a bad angle to it. I poop a lot. I read a lot. Always understood that the pipes are more matched for length and mounting for performance. always understood that the pipes are more matched for length and mounting before performance. I mean, we can throw it in there. I'm just hoping that got enough torque. Yep. Nitro Pimp says put it in there, so we'll put it in there and see what happens. And if it doesn't have the torque I'm looking for, we can always swap it out, right? I go get it out of the closet. How flush is the head gaskets? Might just be the wire pulling on it. Gaskets are pretty flush. I don't know if there's going to be any. I mean, there might be a difference in angle. Let's try it out. Actually, take them off of this end. I just had to take a shower, waiting for the post to deliver my OS 10A carburetor. Hell yeah! Come on, spring. It does have a better angle like that, so. Man, I thought they were They look like they were the same degree or angle, whatever you want to call it. You guys notice something? I lined up the wrong holes. Wait a minute, that didn't sound good. I lined up the, I lined the exhaust and header up wrong. We'll give it a rotation. But yeah, the way it was sitting on there, probably after fighting it for an hour, I would have swapped it back anyways. So good call, Mr. Nitro Pimp. Andy, Andrew, Pimp, whatever you want us to call you, brother. Aww. There. Maybe that'll work out better. Grizzly's in the house. What's up, brother? Everyone, hope you're having a great day. Just read my classic T-Max 33 and some snow today. Worked pretty good. We all need to check it out. Will do, brother. Get a lot of those, and the pipes are mismatched with melted tanks. Yeah. Yeah, if I wouldn't have been able to get it off the tank, I wasn't going to leave it like that because I don't like it sitting up against her for sure. Just don't call me Shirley. All right, let's see if she fits any better. Come on. Get. Yeah, I think we can make that work. Amateurs would have left it. You, sir, sponsored driver. Oh, I just got a little sponsorship with Raw Speed. Not a big deal. Good company though. Of course, I get it in there, and I forgot to get the Loctite. I always forget about this gas tank mount. There we go. Couldn't find the hole. I'm gonna finish tightening it after I get the engine mounted. Yeah. Hate it when the old exhaust comes off of the wire. It's a pain in the butt once the engine's mounted. Damn it. Okay, so when you're doing this, you gotta tighten up this wire screw a little bit. Really? Most of those are 2.5. This is gonna be a 2.0. That's fine. All right, that ought to hold it. Satan's Rage, what's up? Take. Too loose. Tight. There you go. My eyes. That's perfect. Make sure this is straight. You don't want your gears lining up all cattywampus. What you working on? So we are putting the FX in the NT48 2.2. Turning this awesome beast into a very powerful awesome beast. CBH, what's going on, brother? Yo, TNA, how'd you end up like in the NT48 2.2 with the box stock setup? Drove my friends, and it was outstanding. I wish I had some footage of that race. I don't know if you guys watched like the live version. You know, I mean, I didn't place very high, but I like the way that it handles around the track. And again, you know, I don't have enough experience to feel like the little differences and know exactly what I'm looking for. But I thought I handled pretty well. You know, it wasn't spinning all over the place. It wasn't just like bouncing and flopping around. You know, it drove really nice. I was able to keep it mostly on its wheels and, you know, flat on the track, turn when I wanted to. Thought it was pretty nice. They're really good setup out the box. I love driving it. You guys never drove a Truggy on a track. You don't know what you're missing. Oh no. Oh, okay. I thought I was missing a screw, but it's in there. So the thing about techno and its, you know, box stock setup, it's like it's good enough to get the amateurs around the track cleanly and strong enough to endure the punishment that amateurs are for sure going to put on it with their crashing. You can't go wrong with the techno. Sometimes you gotta use the little needle nose to grab it and just pull it up into position. I need to get some Loctite on this first. Always Loctite these. You know, if you're just bashing, some of the stuff doesn't matter if it comes loose, but you go racing, you do not want that stuff coming loose, especially right in the middle of your race. And trust me, the mains are all RC cars' favorite times to break. Never fails. So now I think there's a little bit in there. That just barely gets it off the tank. That makes it touch the tank. Wonder how much more of this. Yeah, it's just barely touching a little bit of the seam. of that's on a Chuggy, only e-buggy and nitro buggy. Currently, the MB and EV 2.0s, those are good. But every time I've driven a Chuggy, the traction and extra suspension are really nice. Yeah, and it's like, the thing with trucks is, you can mess up a lot, and the truck is gonna overcome your flaws, With the buggy, the it's a lot harder to overcome. And if it's just that little bit on the seam, not that big of a deal. I hate having it touch, but I don't have any more wire to come out of there. I'm going to pull the screw out and Loctite this. I wonder if I raise this up a little bit, that's going to swing it out. Or if I could push it down further. Brother just scored off the Jammin' XO1 CR for free nitro 2.6. Nice. I think we just need to push it down on there further. Yeah, the shorter pipe makes it a lot tighter. Now we'll re-Loctite this guy, otherwise we're gonna lose him. Crap, I didn't mean to get that much. Yeah, it's just barely touching the outer edge of that seam. Not too bad, but I don't think I really have much more option. Other than putting like some of that like foil heat tape on it. course, now that I'm breaking this guy loose, I gotta put a tiny dab of Loctite on it. Just a tiny tap. Try to make sure this is like straight and parallel. Yeah, get on there. So I figure if we go ahead and put this on like it's supposed to be. And just rotate it until it's basically level. What the hell? I'm almost gonna have to take it out to do it. Now, pull it open, it pulls itself shut. That's the main thing, is that it closes itself. See, you could slot the two fuel tank mounting holes over slightly to move the tank away from the pipe of hair. What, you mean like waller out the hole so it slides over? I mean, as little as it's actually touching, I'm not going to worry too much about it. I don't know, maybe I should, but if I start tripping out over the little tiny things like that, it'll be stuck on this thing forever. Making no progress. There, now she all seems tight. So the linkage, the fuel, the hanger. The fuel line. Maybe 48 2.0 tank. Excuse me. Which is the same as the 2.2 and a just shorter version of the NT. Slightly melted right there at the seam where your pipe is contacting. Yeah, I think all tanks are. Even in like the Buggy, I got a new tank because it was like melted flat, and I was like, cool, I got it all set up and everything. And then one day I looked at it, and the exhaust pipe, the hanger, I don't know if it's when it broke or if the whole thing just got shifted, but it was pushed up against it and like just sitting flat all along there, flattened out that whole seam. I don't think it has any issues. I haven't noticed it running weird because of it. Ben Calligan, what's going on, brother? Had a nice crowd in here tonight. Oh, let's see. So just like we were talking about last night, or night before, whatever it was, about the your throttle, the amount of throttle. I'm gonna measure this at 60 millimeters. I do need the controller. As I'm opening the carb, I see the fuel. It's like it's creating pressure and it's forcing the fuel in there. It was priming it every time I pull on the throttle. And I might have already set the endpoints. Tom Davidson, what's up? I'm turning in to see how long I can last before I get a call. Get a call? What is it that you do, bro? All right, I got our calipers set to 60 millimeters. Pull this throttle open. Let's see what we got. $60.2. I mean, that's right about close enough. Now, the one thing that I've been wanting to do, shut this off. I know I'm gonna need it for pulling the throttle. I want to see. Hell, I haven't even looked to see. I don't know if this has a Venturi in it or not. Oh, it does. Sweet. Must have spilt fuel. Something. Anyways. It's like it's almost. Sorry. Quick got stuck. Yeah, you can see the carburetor still just barely. There you go. So that's what you get when you set it at 60 millimeters. You don't get full throttle. Which helps keep it from driving so crazy. Trying to see, fix anything electrical robotic. You on call then, or do you work at like a what, factory or a building? Or I'm just curious. You don't have to tell them anything. I'm just asking questions. Man, that exhaust, or not the exhaust, the air filter hanger is almost interfering with the. I think that's on the way. Come on, get in there. Man, I've worked on the buggy so much. I'm still trying to get used to just how big this thing really is and how much room it takes up. There we go. Probably too much speed. One thing I was noticing was I wasn't real happy with my brakes. So exhaust hanger, fuel line. I need to put the pressure line on. The throttle arm. Angle of this pipe is a little bit different. Like this nipple outlet, whatever you want to call this, is way over on, like it's leaned over that way. Kind of a pain in the butt, actually. There we go. Now all we got to do is break her in. Let's see, air filter. I think I literally only had like 12 minutes of run time on it, so I'm not going to bother with cleaning it. I will charge the battery though. Boom, there it is. Such a beautiful truck. Thing sits nice and pretty. There we go. Yeah, these bodies are such a tight fit. It seems like you gotta put some padding like everywhere. And it comes with the little Velcro strips, which I don't know if that would help with that or not. Maybe. Yeah, it's like everywhere. It took a pretty good hit at the race on that corner. See where it folded it and creased it. Just keeping this thing from sitting down. Yeah, and I had to keep making this hole bigger because as you pull the fuel, it moves your deal up. You gotta be able to get it open all the way, get the gun in there, fill it up, and then you want to be able to just let it go. And this kept catching on the window, so I had to keep trimming it and trimming it. Then I also had to cut a hole here in the side just to get the fuel bottle in there, because you don't want to use the gun all the time. I mean, it's like you could, but it's easier just to use the fuel bottle. Anyways, but since we got that in there fairly quick, we're gonna go ahead and pull out the body and our new raw speed body, and see if we can come up with a paint scheme. What the hell is leaking? Like, I don't see any obvious leaks of any sort, but something's all over my stand. But yep, that's gonna be a bad sumbitch running around the track. smells like nitro. I wonder if it just came out of the one of the pipes or one of the fuel lines. All right, I need to wash my hands so I don't get the other body all dirty. So I'll be right back. Oh, you little bastard. You know, it's funny, every time I go to the, I was going to show you something, but it's on the floor now. Every time I go to the track, I find parts of other buggies on the ground, and I found the spring, the bottom spring retainer for a Mugen. But I can't show you because it's on the floor. King of Zoloff and Hierarchy is back. Oh, hell, the king. That's funny. Well, I'm the king of no more nose spray, so broke that habit. Of course, I need to go wash it before I put all the window masking on. But I'll figure out the design. Pretty sure this has a window masking, but it doesn't say. Like all the other bodies. So before I start drawing on it, just want to double check. Yep. All right. We're good. So, I don't remember the name of it, but this here is the raw speed. Come on, work with me here. Raw speed truggy body, and they have like a lightweight version and a little thicker, and it's like I don't know how much lighter weight it is, but I was like, dude, I gotta quit crashing before I buy something that's not as durable. But and now I gotta quit yawning. Yeah. You guys got any suggestions for design? And what I'm going to try to do, because I'm also going to get one for the buggy, I want to try and do like a scheme that I can put on both of them. I don't want to get too crazy with it, because every time I try to get too crazy, I just mess it up. I was thinking about just doing like I don't know what you would call it, but where you don't, like when you're cutting your lines, it's just like jagged lines. Nothing's really straight. Just kind of, I don't know. I don't want to say it looks scuffed, but it doesn't have like perfect straight lines. Let's see. It's like I'm trying to set this to where if I go too low with it, I can't get my leg underneath it. And I got my leg underneath it because I got it really close to me. There, how's that? So basically just trying to come up with like one, a color scheme, and then two, a pattern. Like I said, if you guys got any suggestions, let me know. I can't do like clean flames, you know, stuff like that. There's some really good artists out there, but I'm not one of them. I don't know. I'm thinking just the straight, like jagged, pointy lines are getting old. I don't know if I should keep trying to do those or. James Heyman, how you doing? Welcome to the show. I don't think I've seen you in here before. If you have been, I just don't recognize the name because I think YouTube changed everybody's names. Let's see. This is always the hard part. Trying to figure out the layout, and then the really hard part is trying to figure out the color combination. I don't know, what do you guys think? Just some jagged, crazy lines, or some straight, clean lines with nice points to them? Because I don't care either way. I'm just trying to come up with something, and doesn't matter to me, so I'm just seeing what you guys think. Thanks for hitting that like button. Points. What do you mean points? Oh, at the end. I got you. So just doing like some straight line points as opposed to like doing some curvy, jagged edges. And like I see some really nice flame work and people using their air guns. And man, I wish I could, or their airbrushes. I wish I could do that. There's a lady at the track that she paints a lot of bodies for people. And man, she does some really good work. He says, yep, yep. All right, so maybe something like this then. How about... And this is just rough. Of course, it'll be straighter with the stencil. Something like that. Except alcohol and paper towels are your friend. One thing I always wish I could do better was draw. Dry alcohol. Or instead of going all the way up, all the way to the front, how about something like that? I know that's off, but when I put the straight line stencil on there, it actually makes it work. Hope I still have some. Yeah, there it is. All right. Still got almost a full roll. And then we'll kind of follow this angle all the way down to this corner. Something like that. Let's just see what this looks like. It's hard to get your masking through those rounded dips. You know what? Yeah, I don't really like that. I think what we'll do from here, we'll come down and then maybe straighten it out and run along this ridge. Probably change this 400 times. What do you think? Something like that looks cool. It looks kind of like mountains. Small like a fire burst with rocks. Oh, you're getting crazy there, bro. Let's see if I do the trim around the windows. I think it's cool whenever they do like the trim lines around the windows and it connects to their lines. Here, we'll come back to that. Let's see what we got up here. Maybe something like. I know I made one a little longer than the other. I mean, I did that on purpose, but. I think maybe I'll take it to this point here and then square it off and tie it around to where the window's gonna be. Now, I've seen people in videos do this and just cut this out freehand. No. old JW is doing at Silver State. Now let's see. So I think we should attach it here and then do like a straight kick back and like a really tight point. Do a little straight kick down on the side. Something maybe. Let's see, do white background with some yellow, orange, and red diagonal stripes, angled like the old school Toyota Stadium trucks from the 80s and 90s. That would be cool. I would need to see like a picture, something to go off of for that. Do like a turn arrow. I'm going one way, the other going the other to tune it. A turn arrow. You mean like draw like a you mean a turn arrow? If I had a chuggy, I'd definitely go for that old school Toyota racing graphics look. So we'll match this by coming down. And again, this the Sharpie is just kind of for just to get a sense. The masking tape is where the magic is. Come straight down. Angle towards the front. What do you think? Something crazy wicked like that? And then thinking maybe all of the striping be maybe like a bright yellow. I always like the cars that have like a bright fluorescent yellow, orange, or green pinstripes on them. I think they're neat. I don't know. What do you think? Too much? Not enough? See what it looks like when it's draw straight, stupid. That. I think if I do this a little. Well, that looks done. Stop it. Man, my hand hits the other angles and the marker just goes crazy. Bring it all the way to this guy. I don't know. What do you think? Does that look goofy? I wonder if it would look better. Stop moving. If we brought this down further. Stop moving. Made that point tighter. I think this might look better if nope. That does not look better. Maybe instead of doing a straight line here, we'll bring this. That doesn't really look any better. I think this is too long, makes it look goofy. This is why lately I hadn't been painting bodies on the on in the videos, because it takes so long for me to figure out what I want to do and get it on there. I don't really know what to do down the side. If I bring this back up here and just ride this, let's see what that looks like. I'm going to do it with the actual masking. I'll keep it closer to that ridge. Looks like my marker's running dry. Still just looks like too long of a line though. So in CBH, when you talk about the yellow, orange, and red diagonal stripes for the Toyota, one of the guys at the track is a big Toyota guy, and his car, he has Toyota decals on it, and it's that orange, white, and yellow, like you say, like angled. So I don't really want to match or, look like I'm trying to copy what he's doing. But would be a good idea. But I think what I'll do is like the orange, this will all be orange, and then do like some splatter and some fade, yellow and green, maybe some purple or something, pink, I don't know. Off the guy, what's up? Pink dots. Oh, I knew you'd like the pink dots. Off the guy and his pink dots. God, I wish I was better at cutting out masking. Should I make this little ridge its own color? That'd probably look funny. What's up, brother? How you doing? Totally got myself so I can dig it. It's an iconic look. Oh yeah, I love everything about Toyotas. I think they're badass. Yeah. So I don't really like that. I kind of like that. How goofy would this look Well, I don't know if I could make that curve, but just run the stripe up like so. But then just have it fade into nothing. Now it's a 2 millimeter. And then I can just use the blade and kind of trim it down to a point. My butt off to pay for this caddy. Oh, off the guy in his caddy. Got a couple ideas of what I want to do with this. Got to make it cool looking for the upcoming Outlaw series. And then when I get the body for the buggy, I'm going to do my best to have a matching scheme. Just can't figure out what to do going down the sides. I almost kind of think this one here looks decent. I don't know how well you guys can actually see. Get a white background behind it. And then we got that. I like the other side better. Let's see what it looks like if we get them to match. Make the truck bed deep, deep purple, then do some crystal diamond shapes down the sides, pimp it out, tint the windows dark. He'll get right on that. I mean, I want it to look cool, but not like I'm pimping. Actually, I'll take out this other line. Bring it back down underneath. That's not a bad idea. Make the truck bed itself like just in the groove, but like inside. Sorry guys, what a dumbass. Leaving you guys looking at a white wall. That's not a bad idea. Like only inside of the lines here. I don't know how deep of a purple. Probably that fluorescent, not fluorescent. That purple that I used on the Savage. But like just down inside here. I don't know, because I don't look like I have an edge to it. I think this would look better. maybe. That's the hard part about doing bodies is coming up with the damn scheme. For me, anyways. You know? Try something else. Alcohol is your friend. This line backed up here. No, that doesn't look right either. Nope. Let's see, what are we gonna do? What if we use this? No, I don't like that. Yeah, that looks goofy. I don't know. I'll figure something out. So, a Drake scheme? I don't know for sure which one the Drake scheme is. I've never studied his scheme up close. I don't know. I'll think of something. Sad thing is, I don't know if I'm gonna get to go practice at the track this weekend. It's freaking raining. Give me plenty of time to get this beast done, though. Think if we... Oh, maybe less is better. Still think this here might look kind of neat with just like a, just kind of faded out there. I'll bring, God, it's so hard to make decisions. Maybe just more simple like that. See what it looks like when we get both sides. And just kind of have it in there. Same thing on that side. I don't know how much I'm digging this front end. Let's see. What if we do something more like, keep that like a real tight point? I'm just going to see if this fills the void and looks any I guess doesn't look too bad. What do you think? Take that middle spike out. What about this way? What if we did more like this? Not quite centered. I'd center it for sure. Yeah, I don't really want to come up off the top of it though. I don't know. What do you think? Is that goofy looking? I mean, of course it is because it's not centered, but like I said, I'll actually use the calipers and put a dot and then like measuring it out. Or do you guys think it's not enough spikes and I should do them closer together and like thinner spikes and put more in there? Do a FX scheme on it. Well, there's a thought. Like the trident. Trying to turn around and look at it. Yeah. Let me get a glimpse of it real quick. I mean, it's almost kind of. I just don't know if I can do it cleanly. Bad thing about it is you start turning purple. And yes, it's black Sharpie, but when you start cleaning it off, it becomes, with alcohol, it becomes purple. So, with that in mind, it's going to be something like, because it's kind of fatter in the middle, or on the base. Of course, I'll straighten it out, but, and then to do the outer spikes, it's going to be something kind of like, and of course, my drawing, I can't draw straight for some stupid reason, which is why I have to use the mask. Then, back to here. I mean, it looked better with the stencil. Was that what you're thinking, off the guy? When I use that stencil and straighten it all out and make all the lines even, it'll look better. But when you look at the FX symbol, it's in the center. It's got a fat base and then goes to a point, and then these. It's almost like a crown shaped, but also like a trident shape. Or should I not do these side pieces and just take it up and attach it to the windshield? I think that might look better. Often guy says, yes, sir. Here, let's see what this looks like. Right side or left side? It's actually a pretty damn good idea you got there, off the guy. Or even take this point more out straight to this edge. Let me get a wet spot on my paper towel here. And yes, on the FX symbol, the outer spikes are longer than the center spike. So what if we come over here and just take it right up around this edge and attach it to the side window. Your left side or your right side? I think the left side looks better. Yeah, I think that would look better. Well, the wet spots have dried up. You know what? I wonder if I were to follow right around this edge. And then just take it over to the window. That side? Or that side? I mean, either way, you got the FX symbol. What you guys think? I think the left side looks better. I think that looks pretty cool. But I'm not going to change that to black to match the FX. Because I think all their symbols are black. Like a bro, sorry I'm working on this bill. No, you're good, bro. So this, from the center of the cab back to the bed, do we think that looks all right, or should I change some things with it? All these windows should be pretty easy to get in there and trim out the inside. I'm not really digging what if, instead of taking that to a point up top, what if we changed this? And basically, we just take this line all the way up. About something like that. I feel like that other point that was here made it look goofy. Officer, show me again. From the back. You like that? Often the guy thinks it's cool. Let's see. I think on my little nose cone, or my little front end, I may just leave that clear. I don't know yet. I don't know. I hate when they put these on the back, because if you want it to match the color scheme up front and it's different than the back, then you have to find a way to block it off, and you know what I mean? It's like, put these up front. So all the front stuff gets done with the front, and then the back gets, because, you know, it's always different. But yeah, I think that looks pretty decent. I mean, who knows? I'll probably change it a couple times before I actually put paint on it. All right, well, it is 8:24. Yeah, the crowd really thinned out when I started working on this body. That's why I don't like doing the preparation of the body on camera. It's just tedious and slow. I don't feel like it holds people on the channel very well. But, anywho, can't stop yawning. Well, more than likely by the time you guys see this, it'll be a whole new thing. I mean, like it'll be painted. I may change some of the wonder. What if we bring yeah, I'll play around with it a little bit. Either that side, which I think blends a little bit easier, or that side. I think we're going to go with this side. Anyways, Paige Smith, what's up? Yeah, I got a couple different ideas in my brain, but I don't know. It's like I keep changing my mind. You have to start somewhere, and FX just seemed to go with the flow. Well, yeah, and I mean, put an FX engine in it. I don't know. I'm still debating on whether or not I'm gonna do that. It's a maybe. It might look better. Instead of trying to make the base fat and the fact that it's all out of line. I think that looks better. Yeah, excuse me. We could even get creative. And just for shits and giggles. Take those points up into the windshield. Like that body, it reminds me of the passenger attack helicopter. Yeah, so this is the raw speed techno truggy racing body. There's pretty big difference. And a lot of people think that these stock bodies are ugly. I think they look cool. But this one's going to be more aerodynamic and probably not break up as easily as what these do. Just because it doesn't have the, it's just more sleek. I don't know. I almost think this back end looks goofy. What do you guys think? Is that something that... That's something we can get away with? And of course, these points would be a lot tighter with that masking. So it'll probably come down a little more into this. Here. Let's just go ahead and change this rear end a little bit. I don't know, it looks like a painting of the mountains or something. It looks weird. Need that to be dry. Yeah, I didn't mean to curve it back over. I think that looks a lot better. What do you think? Or is that too much? I actually kind of like that. What do you guys think? Here, let's zoom out. I mean, as a whole. Probably see it better if I had like a white tablecloth. But I don't. Then Delta Plastic S bodies. Never heard of them. So plastic and not, what do they call this, acrylic or Lexan? Like actual hard plastic? I think with a wing it will balance out the look. Yeah, good point. Looks like some of the often schemes I like. Hell yeah. Actually, here. Ugh. So hard to do this and be clean. Still be wet with the alcohol. There we go. Give it a little character. Well, I think I'm gonna leave it like that. It's polycarbonate glycerin. Oh, we said plastic. Yeah, the polycarbonate Lexan, a little different than the plastic, but I get what you're saying. But there are actual plastic bodies that aren't Lexan. That's why I was asking to differentiate. Have choices of thickness for weight, racing or bashing, right? Yeah. So with these, the raw speed, they have a lightweight body that's not as durable because it's thinner and it's gonna break easier, but lightweight. And when he asked if I wanted it, I'm like, no, I'm gonna have to crash less before I get one of those. Yeah, I think that'll turn out pretty neat. All right, everybody. It is 8:30. I'm getting tired. I need to get ready for work tomorrow. Yeah. But I thank everybody for their input. You guys are awesome. Thank you very much. Thank you for hanging out and choosing the NITRO Addiction for your nightly entertainment. And we will, if it's raining Sunday or the track's flooded and I can't go, if I don't paint this before then, maybe we'll do a live and do a painting. Just keep your ears out on YouTube, see if I pop up. But if the track's open, I'll be there practicing, and we'll probably do I don't know if we'll do a short live from there or just a video and post it later, but maybe a short live. But anyways, good to see you, Paige. You guys take care of yourselves. You have a good night. Burn nitro. Be kind to each other. And until next time, much love and peace.